things are shattering, shattering the part of me, and I can take it. My heart is so hollow, the blood has an echo inside of my veins. My heart is so hollow, your voice is an arrow, making the pain. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow. My heart is so hollow, hollow, hollow.
Hello, friends. Welcome to what I believe is our first ever live TBR Takedown. 'Cause life. We're going to give our friends, our other friends, a few to hop in. And while we wait, let's, ask some niceties like, how's everybody doing today? You will notice at the very bottom, there'd be a starting TBR for August, which was 105 books. I have set up a list of banners so that I can try to remember to put them on the screen as I go through. I know what the end number is, and that's the important part. And I have a list with what number we should be on when I talk about which book, but I make no promises if that will actually happen or not. We were visited by a Sam. Don't know if she's still here because that was like 20 minutes ago, but hello, Sam. Hello, Brianna and Wallace and Emmy and Grape. Didn't know StreamYard had a function to count down. Okay, so basically in the brand section where you can upload a video, there's actually a countdown in there. This one. That you can use whenever, but you can also make your own, which I've done. You can ask me questions about it later. You know how to find me. But yeah, all of the fun things. We will be talking about a lot of books tonight. If you watched July's TBR Takedown, which was absolutely insane, this month will be very reminiscent of that. Hello, Lexi. Welcome. And what else? Where was I at? Brain. Work. Brain. Work. I haven't finished a book since the end of the Readathon, which was like 2 weeks ago, ? I guess I could pull that up too. So I could like tell you what I rated the books I finished reading. That would be helpful, but who wants to be helpful? Not me. I haven't finished a book since August 12th. Yeah. It's been a time. It has been a time. I DNF'd like 20 books in 6 weeks and then continued to DNF some more. Most of the books that we talk about today, I have done like either a full review video for, or I talked about in my Summer Scare Readathon. There is literally only one book that was not talked about in either of those two videos. And so I linked the review for it down below. I'm a mess. Thursday, by law, brains didn't work today. I accept. Hello. Doing all right, getting even deeper into the fall vibes. I mean, we're all there, Laura. Like, it's time to be there. So I'm attacking lots of things, and I'm DNFing many, many things and trying to get rid of things. So I am feeling really good about the decisions I've made the past couple of months. Like I don't have any like whether it was like a DNF or an unhaul, I haven't felt any like remorse afterwards and been like, I wish I had kept this book. I'm not feeling any of that. In fact, I'm more often feeling a need to like go to my shelf and get rid of more things. But I'm trying to rein that in because there are some things that I am still legitimately interested in reading. That I can see about 20 of my TBR books from right here. The rest of them are scattered throughout the room. But I keep looking at those 20 because those are the 20 that I'm least interested in reading. And I'm like, at any minute, any of you could go. Your days are numbered. So, watching you. Okay. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's get rid of that banner. Go into donating the desire to declutter. Feed it. Within the next couple of months, it's probably going to take me some time. It's going to be a long process. But once I finish doing some writing related things, because I have to have writing related things to do before October, I plan to get rid of all of these bookshelves and start fresh. And I'm going to build some bookshelves and going to do some painting. And I have like lots of plans. And I'm going to do a rebrand. We've talked about that a little bit in the Troublemakers Discord. You guys have been helping me pick names. And I've been talking to a logo designer to get a new logo. And like we're changing things. So the whole background will change. It'll be different. And I'm very excited. I did do a 10-book try a chapter tag or a 10-book try a chapter last month and then moved to something else and then went through like 6 more books. It was a hot mess. If you ever have the urge to read them again, borrow them from your library. Absolutely. Which leads into, do I have a pango? Which, no. I have a cousin named Ashley who is also a reader. Hello, Ashley, if you're watching this later. And typically anything that I unhaul, I send to her. And either she keeps it if she likes it or wants to read it, or she donates it to the library. So that is her choice once they leave my house. Because I like her. So I like to give her the option to read the things, and I like the library and to support the library. So I like to give them my books so that whether they could put them on their shelves or they do like an end of year sale to help fund their programs and stuff. So I try to be helpful in some ways instead of being a lump on a log like I could be. Not to say that if you don't, that you are a lump on a log. That's just me personally. Living the dream. Okay, need to go to a different banner folder. I need to go to this folder that I'm going to delete later. Okay, as you can see, starting TBR for August. I'm going to leave that up the whole time. I made a new thing for the okay. We're going to do things. So, I did not separate these by purchases, by reads, by DNFs, unhauls, whatever. They're in order by which I did the thing. And currently, my books are here. And my list is over here. So if I'm not looking at you, that'd be why. Okay. So there's a comment popped up. Let's make sure I can beg Ashley for the book back if she still has it, but I don't need to. I have no regrets. So the first thing I did in what month are we in? August. I actually, does that technically count? It does technically count. Did that count? You know what? I might have lied to myself. This is in a weird order. I think this is supposed to be a red. And we're on the first book and I'm already messed up. We're gonna pretend like I purchased a book. See? purchased a book, Blood Like Fate by Lizelle Samberry. I pre-ordered it, so technically I did purchase it first, but actually I read it first because I read it as an arc, and then, well, we're just gonna pretend. Just keep pretending, friends. I think I went by the date that I actually published the live and not by the day I actually read it. Just fire me. It's fine. But yes, I purchased Blood Like Fate by Lizelle Samberry, which is the second book in the Blood-like series, and I have an entire reading vlog for this, and it's linked down below if you're interested. And she's pretty. She's beauty. She's grace. We love her. And the other one is right there. But, will I be telling you what these books are about? Probably not. It's not how I operate. You should know that by now. I'm a mess. Unless you ask questions. Feel free to ask questions. That's why it's good that we're here together and we're live. It is gorgeous. I love it. I don't typically like to front face two books from the same series, so I'm gonna really struggle with figuring out which one of those two I want to front face. But that's a problem for the next set of bookshelves. Okie dokie. I then read a book that comes off of my TBR, and that is Youngblood by Sasha Lawrence. This is the one book that I read that did not get read during either vlog. So there is a full review for this on my website, and it's linked down below. So if you want to read my review of this guy, you can. Every other day you swap them. I mean, that might be what happens. They may just get swapped back and forth when I'm feeling froggy. Who knows? Yes, read this. Sapphic, vampire, high school, boarding school. What did I give this? I could tell you what I rated it. That would be helpful. I rated this. She's beauty, she's grace, she's a mess. 4.25 out of 5. Now we both know. Went to Books A Million yesterday and convinced my friend to buy Blood Like Magic. Ooh, ooh. As you should, because friends support friends. Fish are friends, not food. Okay. This one's for you, Lizelle. I concur. Just hang out right there, buddy. I then DNF'd The Song Will Save Your Life by Layla Sales. I DNF'd this at what percentage? 10%. Didn't give it much of a shot. Didn't like it. She went away. We sit at 104 words. Okay, 104 words? Yep, that's what we're going with. That's what we're going with. It is. I have not listened to it yet because I'm a terrible friend, but Laura did interview Lizelle on her podcast. So if you are interested in that, Laura is right there well, I guess it would be over there. She's over there. The internet's hard, y'all. And this chair squeaks. This is the best live stream you've ever been to. You know it. Don't lie. And then what did we do? And then that was at 1-4. Then we're pretending remember, we're pretending now. And then I read Blood Like Fate, which puts us at 103. And I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was beauty. I loved it. Could see her again. I mean, I just love it. I just love it. And the spines have the picture on them. So even when they're not face front face front, you know what I'm saying? There's still some pretty there. You can still enjoy it. Okay. Caitlin is lurking while doing other things. Also, hi. Hi, Caitlin. I'm getting messages from Wallace while I'm trying to be alive. It's fine. Let's see. Where does that put us? I then read a book I do not own, which was Sometimes I'll Lie by Alice Feeney. I gave that a 2.5 out of 5 stars. Enjoyed that. And because I don't own it, it didn't go anywhere. We're still at 103. I then DNF'd A Lullaby for Witches by Hester Fox. I DNF'd this at 25%, I do believe. 25%. Books and I are friends. I specifically only reacted to your message, so it's not to distract you with messages. I was trying to be considerate. It's fine. I just heard my phone ding and I was like, is it important? For those of you who don't know, my mother is currently off-site. She is in like she's in a rehab, in-house rehab facility. So I'm just like, if the phone dings, I check it to make sure it's like not her or a doctor or somebody that needs me. Okay. It's fine, Wallace. I still love you. Okay. Anyway. Lullaby for Witches by Hester Fox. Adult, witchy, didn't like it. DNF to 25%. Okay. I then DNF'd another book. What did I DNF then? I DNF'd another book, The Secret Next Door by Rebecca Taylor. I DNF'd this at 30%. These beautiful, lovely, wonderful books I talked about in the vlog. So if you want to know more of why I DNF'd these, you can watch my vlog of the Summer Scare Readathon. I feel like I'm on autopilot, but also that my brain is dead. Do you feel like your brain's dead? It's just me? Okay. Secret Next Door. We should be at 101. We're at 101. Okay, got it. Double check my numbers. I then read These Fleeting Shadows by Kate Alice Marshall, which I did not own. Therefore, it does not come off of my TBR. Therefore, we stay at 101. I then unhauled 2 books from Authortubers that will not talk about who they are, because that's not how I roll, but that puts us at 99. So 2 books from Authortubers that have been on my shelves for a long time. It's not people that I'm friends with. It's not people that I talk to. Just people that I was trying to support, and their books aren't things I like, so they left. End of story. Okay. I then unhauled Of Fire and Stars by Audrey Colthurst. I read the first couple of chapters of this and did not enjoy it, so she goes. And then, what's next? Ooh. Because You Love to Hate Me by a plethora of authors. There were only a couple of authors in here that I was really interested in reading from, and I didn't like their stories either. And so I just decided to put the whole book down and moved on with my life. See, you did it again. Now it's Grape. Oh, now it's Wallace. What are they doing? We'll never know. Okay. I then read, I'm going to turn the sound off now. I thought I had it off earlier, but apparently I didn't. A terrible person. Please fire me. Okay. 97. I then read Witch Volume 10, which puts us at 96. And I think I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars. 3. Not terrible. Not great. Just okay. Not my favorite of these, but still okay. Woo! Under 100. Look at that sexy 2-digit number. Double digits. Grape is not apologizing. I don't expect you to. I just wait. There's so much more. If only you knew. If only you knew. Where are we at? Which volume 10? I then read the vampire chapter, which is literally like a 17-minute audiobook. It's a kid's book. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It literally took 4 minutes to read. I read it for the readathon. I needed a vampire book that was short. Doesn't come off my TBR because it's not a book I owned. I then DNF'd The Star-Touched Queen by Roshni Chokshi. I read approximately, did I mark in here how much of this I read? I know it was actually quite a bit, like 30%, I think. Not for me. Not having a good time. Moving on. Let's see. Star-Touched Queen. I also DNF'd Empire of Wild during the readathon. Not on my TBR, doesn't count. I also DNF'd that at like 40%. I was pretty far in. 30%, 35, somewheres in theirs. Was not having a good time. I then read The Legend of Skeleton Man, which is a bind-up of Skeleton Man and The Return of Skeleton Man, which are mid-grade spooky. And I give that a 3.75 out of 5 stars. They were fine. It's fine. You can put me in third person. I put me in third person. But also, I promise you we're not getting down to 60 tonight. We might get close to the 60s, but we're not getting to 60. So, no worries, my friend. Okay. Oh, and then I bought 3 books because I have problems. One of the books that I bought was These Fleeting Shadows, which I read during the readathon, which I didn't mention. I gave a 4.75 out of 5 stars. This is my favorite book of the month. It's one of my favorites of the year. Super spooky, YA, horror, thriller. It was great. And I don't have to count it because I read it before I bought it. Speaking of books I read before I bought, I also picked up The Good Sister and The Dead Romantics. Ashley Paulson, Sally Hepworth. Read this one last month. Read this one, I don't know, sometime at the beginning of the year. Liked them both. I was at the bookstore. I had a gift card for my birthday still. Burned holes in my pockets. So I picked up 3 books. Yay. Okay, now for fun times. Books are a good problem to have. And I mean, if you're going to be addicted to something, let it be books. Took me the whole month to get through the readathon, but I did it. Read a whole lot of fun stuff. Thanks for the encouragement. Absolutely. Also, August is back to school month and you have small children. So I'm sure that it was a very busy time for you. Gotta take care of them hoodlums, as they say. At least it's not drugs. I was thinking, I bet she bought some too. So what if she got it down under 100 just to go back up? You pull out the ones you bought. Listen, I have been doing a fantastic job of only pre-ordering books from authors that I already know I enjoy or debuts that I'm very excited for, or buying books I've already read and enjoyed. I have gotten very good at that. That is the only reason why you're seeing the numbers that you see. Okie dokie. I then DNF'd. Okay, so part of one of the things I did this year was these books will self-destruct in 12 months. I did one of those things towards the beginning of the year. And one of the books I needed to read was The Demon King by Cinda Williams-Chima, because I owned a couple of their books from a different series that's like a follow-up series. And so I needed to read that one to make sure that I liked it so that I was actually holding on to these books for a good reason. That's a lot of words. But suffice it to say, I DNF'd The Demon King. I think it's Demon King, The Demon Realm, The Demon something. I don't know what it is. So I then DNF'd Shadowcaster, Flamecaster by Cinda Williams-Chima. Not DNF'd, unhauled, because I didn't start these. I DNF'd the other book. Didn't like it. Unhauling these. If you are privy to my Instagram reels from yesterday, where I was incredibly peeved at a first chapter, we can't hang out with this girl because she's been ruined because she hung out with some other guy once 10 years ago. It was this series. So yeah, there's that. And then I had a moment. I was thinking to myself, what do these comments say? I do like the covers. It is the patriarchy book. Down with the patriarchy. It was just really weird. It was really weirdly put. And then I talked to somebody else that I know that has read the series and was like, it's fine, just toss it. And I'm like, cool. Okay. When I was looking at these books will self-destruct in 6 months, there was another stipulation on there about another series of books that I had 5 books left to read and I needed to read 2 by the end of the year. We're this far into the year, I haven't read any, and I thought, while I have enjoyed what I've read so far, I own them all on audiobook. If I ever choose to read them, I don't think it's a series that I would ever want to own, even though I own them, because I haven't enjoyed the first 2 enough to want to hold on to them forever. They're also currently loaned out to a friend who's had them for a year, but to be fair, she's moved since then, so they're in a box in her basement. And again, I own the audiobooks, so not a big deal. I will be unhauling the remaining 5 books in the Throne of Glass series. And that, my friends, takes us down to 88 books. And that is our new total for the end of August. An 8 and an 8, 88 books. Because I just got rid of 5 in one go. I was like, you know what would be fun? You know what would be really fun? Just get rid of all 5 of these books at once. And even though I'm not actually physically getting rid of them because they're not here currently, they're somewhere else, it still feels really good. I like it. Yay. Excitement. Into the 80s. I think, I don't even know where we were at the beginning of the year. I could tell you because you've got it right here in front of your face, you big dillweed. Well, not in front of my face, over here. Did I just call myself a dillweed? I sure did. So I started this year at 116. And at the beginning of July was at 120, which is the highest I've been. So from beginning of July to today, I've gotten rid of 32 books. And I've bought a lot of books this year. And I have DNF'd so many arcs. Like the largest plethora of arcs to ever have existed. Which is hilarious because, those don't count. So it doesn't do me any good to DNF those. They just have not been the best batch of arcs in the world, which happens sometimes, I suppose. Totally getting down to 50 by the new year. We can hope so. We can hope so. I want to be at 50 by the end of the year, but I don't know. I think I've unhauled all that I can unhaul, and with the little amount of reading that I've been doing and the fact that there's only 3 months left. I know it's technically 4 months, but I typically do a lot of rereading in December, just so as to give myself a breather. I think I'll probably be at 75. I think 75 is my goal for the end of the year. If I do better than 75, that's great, but I think 75 is where I'll be. Find 38 right now and just unhaul. No, because the point is to actually enjoy books that I have. I mean, there's books I want to read. So I've been at least trying everything, at least reading the first chapter. Now, some things you pick up, you read the first couple of paragraphs and you're like, this ain't it. And then sometimes there are books that you read the first couple of chapters of and you're like, I don't know. And then you read another chapter and then as you go, you're like, this is not it. But yes, I'm trying to give everything a shot. Yes, you came in at the end of the stream. What a loser, Sam. Except not really. Sam, my new total is 88. Woo, go me. For those of you that don't know, Sam is my friend. So when I'm mean to Sam, it's out of love. And when I'm mean to Grape, it's not out of love. It's out of wanting to make wine. I don't have anything left from before 2018. Everything from prior to 2018 is gone. All of it. Every single last book prior to 2018 is gone. So there's not a lot left that I bought in like my 2016, 2017 booktube craze, must buy all the books. I think I've done a really good job of cutting it down to things that I'm genuinely interested in reading and not things that are like, I might read this because so-and-so said they liked it. So I'm doing all right. 88 is amazing. Love hearing the new goal. 75. We're going for 75 by the end of the year. Sam, welcome from lurking. We always appreciate a good lurker. We get watch time regardless. We appreciate you, and by we I mean me because there's only one of me right now. That's creepy. Right. Like everything prior to 2018 is gone. I have very little left of 2019. Also, because we're here and we can talk about things, as I always like to say. The interesting part is like if I look at my numbers for the year as far as like books I've read and percentages. So based off of like the year published, 23 of the books I've read this year were from 2022. And that's 41%. 20% of what I've read this year is from 2021. So like a little over 60% of what I've read this year has been from this year or last year. So I'm doing fantastic on reading all the things that are like newer, trying to get through newer books. A lot of what I've been unhauling has been the older books. So, because, your reading tastes change. That's a thing they do. And, you should do things. Do I have a list of somewhere? I thought I did, but maybe I've just lost my mind. I don't know what I keep track of anymore. The computer just does it for me. Who knows? There's my friend. So, if we're talking about books that I've actually read from my physical TBR, books I've read from my physical TBR, we started the year at 120 or 117, 116 according to the book in front of me. If we're talking about books I've actually read, like from my TBR shelves, it's 6. I've read 6. Everything else has been a DNF or an unhaul. I've read 6 books from my TBR shelves from the beginning of this year. Legitimately. So I mean, I've bought things and read them, like Blood Like Fate and These Fleeting Shadows, and I've bought a lot of things that I've read and enjoyed. But the fact that at the beginning of the year I had 116 books on my shelves and I've read 6 of those, which means 110, which means 20. I don't hold a lot of books. That's what that means. Wrong with that. Hi, Kelly. We're unhauling books in our brains. Yes. growth, doing all of the things. Ooh, interesting. I will have to look into that. Missed everything. Mom called because my sister's in labor. I mean, that is a valid reason to miss everything. But yes, we're down to 88. Congratulations on the new nibbling because babies are great. Agreed. Did not know that was a thing. Auntie M, don't move to Kansas. I mean, fair. Books are fun. So that has been our live stream. That was it. That was the whole thing. That was all I had. Thanks for joining me because I had a great time. And do I ever want to do this again? No. Things I've learned. I don't like live streaming. Did we know that? I don't. I used to like it. Now I'm not so sure. Don't know why. Just weird. But who has the time to actually film and enjoy and do a book? Wallace likes it this way. Maybe one day we'll do it this way for real. I don't know. When I'm more prepared. I was not very prepared today, but it's fine. Auntie M for the 5th time. That's because you have a lot of siblings, though. I mean, that's also fair. Listen, quit trying to sway me, guys. Or continue to sway me. It's fine either way. I don't know. Can I do this instead of live sprints? Can I just do live TBR takedowns once a month and not do sprints? That would be great. I would appreciate that. Sprints are very weird. Says the girl who is like one of the people who started doing writing sprints on YouTube and has an entire write-a-thon of writing sprints. I am having an identity crisis on screen right now. So you're welcome. That's all I have for tonight. I'm going to hit this button that lets me leave. Thank you for joining me. And I hope, let's get into a 45-minute sprint. I can do sprints and this. I'm good, thanks. I'm good. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's fine. Anyway, I'm going to hit the button and I'm going to leave. Have a wonderful evening. See you guys tomorrow night on the Worldwide Writeathon channel, where Sam and I will be announcing the October dates, because this will be like my 3rd live stream for the week, maybe 4th. I don't even know anymore. 4th. It'll be my 4th live stream this week. Maybe that's why I don't like them anymore, because I'm doing so many. Anyway, join me and Sam tomorrow night, World Writeathon channel. We'll be announcing dates, going over hosting, all of that fun stuff. If you're here because you're a reader, it's fine. You can come hang out during the Writeathon and read during sprints. It's great. Have a great weekend. I'm really going to hit the button this time. Okay, bye.
My heart is so hollow, the blood has an echo inside of my veins.